No one has tried. No one has tried to find us
yet.
We could walk back up to the tip of the esophagus tunnel and go check out the Help Me tunnel.
Yeah, we should find out the help.
Yeah, I mean,
what if Yussa's up there?
It's either the city in general and the terribly tormented souls of the ward, or Yussa.
Potentially Yussa, but the other one is just us guessing, right?
I could also meditate and see if I can find him through the city.
Oh yeah, I could probably scry on him too.
Might be able to.
But you should meditate first.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't. I'll try. Give me 2 minutes.
So what are you attempting?
Okay. I am gonna go find a quiet corner. I'm gonna, get in a very meditative monk headspace.
Okay.
You know? And
never get used to that.
I'm going to attempt to imagine myself hearing the waves of the Nicodranus coastline and meditate on that feeling and meditate on my breath and see if I can connect to the Cognosa and find Yussa.
Okay, so you're attempting to connect your consciousness with the consciousness of Cognosa and through that network to try and locate where Yussa might be.
You're trying to connect to Cognosa?
Well, I mean, that's how I figured it would go.
Go ahead and roll a...
When you say it like that, it sounds like terrible.
Well, you've already said you're trying it. Go ahead and roll a d20, add your wisdom modifier, and add a bonus for each eye that you carry.
This is the astral plane, dreams come true.
This is the realm of manifestation.
Well, plus
That's
four,
true. That's
right?
true.
Wait, do you have four?
Just four now?
4 eyes or 3?
No.
3.
You go.
Straight wisdom plus 3.
Get it.
Okay. Good thing for those bonuses. It's not bad. My wisdom modifier.
Correct.
Okay.
What's your wisdom modifier?
Plus 4. So that's 17 total.
17's pretty good.
Okay.
So you listen and you concentrate on the sound of the waves. Pulling back. And the rhythmic aspect of it seems to give way instead to the rhythmic sound of breathing. Like the inhale and exhale of a massive living creature. And as you time your breath with that, Bo, as a concept, disseminates, and you feel that tickle at each location where the eyes are. And for a moment, you are connected loosely to thousands of broken minds. It's electrifying and frightening, but for a brief instant, it's like every nerve on your body begins to spark. Slightly painful, slightly interesting, but you haven't felt connected and alive like this before, and you instinctually begin to try and withdraw, but you redouble your efforts and focus. And you are part of a sprawling network of broken consciousness. And you can sense, oddly, the city in ways, the repeated patterns, the fractals within its design. You see where the neighborhoods are copied, and you can see tunnels, massive tunnels that all seem to converge into one central place towards the center below, where you feel the core of the Somnovem. You concentrate on Yussa, and you feel a familiar force, a brusqueness, but a gentleness, the essence of your friend, and you follow it. And in that brief moment, that connection to this grid of consciousness instead becomes a singular spark, like you're being pulled along an electric line, until suddenly you're on the surface. There's no sight involved here. You're not seeing, you're just part of the street. And for a brief moment, you want to just let it take over. To just find comfort in this no, you push against it. And amongst the varying hollow bodies walking the streets, going through the motions, you see one of darker skin and light hair and elvish complexion, wandering aimless amongst them. Maybe about better part of a mile to the east of where you are on the surface.
How does he look? Does he look like he's still in his own mind?
It's odd. Everyone else is physically here. He is partially.
Right.
You're not seeing him, you're just sensing. It's all through that connective tissue. And Yussa is connected to this network, but his connection is hollow.
Right, the astral projection. I just say, Yussa. Yussa, it's the Mighty Nine. We're here.
You sense Yussa's attention turn. And in that moment, you sense something bright and red coming from elsewhere.
I cut.
Where you saw, was it a mile on the surface, or are we potentially taking this help tunnel? Is that easterly?
Would I know that?
The help tunnel would be more, if you're looking at that sort of different directional pass, it would be the different direction.
Got it.
Yeah, the other way. And it was on the surface. It was a mile on the surface.
That's where Yussa is.
Yeah.
That's where Yussa is.
But
the
Aethocrux, you
is in
felt
the
down.
center and down.
And could you guide us there?
You could certainly try.
Could certainly try.
Do we want to spend the time to try to pull Yussa out of wherever he is?
I was just thinking that, because it's just his...
Yeah,
But if he's astral projecting or something,
but
he can
if
still
he could
help.
leave, he would have by now.
Yeah.
So we should try to get him out.
Or
Feels
we're
like, he might
abandoning
have,
him.
feels like he might be the fly stuck in the fly trap.
I think so.
And if we set him free, then...
At least he can go home.
Maybe. Make an Arcana check.
27.
In theory, yes. Depending on how the astral body has been captured or tethered. Everything here is far beyond even just the studies of astral travel, astral projection, and elements here defy or supersede previous knowledge. There is a good chance, you imagine, that upon just destroying or, absolving the connection of this place, that, yeah, Yussa may be set free in return. Or could be destroyed along with it. You don't know.
Ooh.
Your role at least offers the confirmation of a possibility of either.
Well, even if he doesn't know, I believe that if we leave this city adrift, he's just going to drift with it. And if we don't try, that's it for him.
So
He's
if we
here
defeat
because
the
of us.
city and we destroy it completely, he'll potentially be released along with all of the other thousands of people?
Maybe.
Whatever that means.
It seems like the Aethocrux might be the port by which we do that. Maybe there's a way that we...
Maybe it's like the heart.
Yeah, if it's like an entryway in, it could also be a point of egress out.
I
So,
wonder if that's where Lucian is.
Maybe that's why they can't see him.
I mean, I certainly don't want to destroy his mind in the Matrix and then his body dies back in Exandria, but...
I mean, he's been here for a while. You don't think that he could help? Don't think he'd be of any use?
I don't know if they really explore the city, the people that live here, or if they roam aimlessly.
I don't know.
I think we owe it to him.
And we're sure he didn't want to be connected, right? He was just... curiosity got the cat.
Who would?
There's no way to know.
He was looking, well, yeah, his motives.
Yeah,
But
If we go up after Yussa, it could delay us a half a day.
Maybe.
It's a mile away. Could delay us an hour.
half a day with problems.
With problems. Yes, but that's okay because we've destroyed, or we've taken care of a crest.
So it's not going home.
Not yet.
Unless Lucian somehow leaves here and comes back, but
Or the other thing I was thinking, we've seen some pretty cool things with time bending here. I don't know. Could he undo us taking the crest away?
boy.
We time bend, not this place.
No, but there's technology around that.
Not here.
But in
Far as we
Mayor,
know.
As far
As
as
far
we
as we
know.
know. This place did have technology far more advanced than us. Thousands.
It would be meat at this point.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Well, it's an unknown, because there undoubtedly was things like that here. Maybe they work, maybe they don't.
Seen very few real things here.
I understand.
yeah.
But this is also very, reality seems fluid.
Fair.
the only thing that we've done consistently, the only choice that we've ever consistently made is to take care of our friends.
So we go help him.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Moving.
Okay.
It takes you a little longer than you would have hoped.
Those problems.
But you do still manage to zero in on the neighborhood that you recall. It's challenging largely because a lot of these streets are patterned, and so after a certain time of travel, you begin to wonder if you've circled back because it seems like you've already been this way. But then you begin to notice the smaller details and realize that, no, the movements here seem different. You look back and you're traveling. It's just that odd fractal pattern to the city's expansion just messes with your head until eventually you find that similar neighborhood that you recall sensing, where you sensed Yussa. Took you a little longer. But as you touch down in that area, you all can see, just around the edge of the corner, a figure. White silver short hair, darker skin, flowing golden robes, just walking away.
I'm going to pick up my pace and catch up to him.
Yes.
Okay.
When you go up to him, Caleb, just go. Then you'll blend in, right?
Customary greeting.
You approach, and as you get closer, you can see his features are blurred. This is not a full corporeal form. This is a somewhat spectral-looking image of Yussa that still remains, with each footfall connected, tethered to Cognosa, like the other denizens.
Yeah.
Yussa. It's me. It's Caleb.
He's been facing away from you and turns around, and where the face would be, you just see this open, vacuous hole. This dark space. It just looks back at you.
Can you hear me? Can you speak?
There's no voice. There's recognition because it turned. But nothing beyond that.
I think towards his form and say, raise your hand if you understand me.
Can you still think towards people?
That's what I said.
I know, but
Sure, I'm...
with mind blank,
Well, I don't know. But I'm shielded from people controlling me.
He can still use his mind, I'd say.
Okay.
But it's... Cast my own Blake.
I just
don't
meant like
think that
I
is
just
what
meant
you
like
thought it was going to
telepathy
do.
away.
And did I negate the powers I got?
Yes.
Right. There's no response.
It's gonna be weird. I'm gonna cast guidance on Yussa.
On Yussa?
We need you to focus. Come here and be with us.
Make an Arcana check, Caleb.
I have an idea as well. That is a 21.
21. The magic that tethers him here continues to tether him here. And you can just vaguely see on the outline of the body this silver cord that kind of drifts and then vanishes into the ether. That represents the connection to the body. So the spell that has brought Yussa here, though captured as he is, still remains, and still is part of what keeps him caged.
So we could potentially dispel it.
I reach my hands into his form. And I banish him back to the material plane.
As your hands alight with energy, there is a sudden burst of life and movement from Yussa's somewhat spectral form. And in that movement, there is a facade of that faceless image that is kind of left behind like a ghosted shadow as Yussa's spirit is pushed out of it briefly. And you can see the face of Yussa looking back at you through it, into a smile, and just says, "Thank you." And you watch as the spirit is lifted on the tether like a parachute cord and dragged away.
Okay.
Okay.
He's free.
Well, that's one good deed for the day.
Okay.
Does he come
He's not
back
help,
in a minute,
but
or,
it's, you know,
or does he just stay there?
No, I think he's gone.
I don't think he was very in a place to help us.
No, no.
So now we find our way back down.
Yes. Yes.